live. Okay, let's get the house in order for this here live stream. What is? I realized just as about to go live. Oh, I'm only in a singlet, which is, I don't know, not very decorous. Maybe I should go and put a shirt on. And then I thought, nah. Why do that? Why do that? Gotta pop out the chat. Oh, come on, just go. Okay, where are we? So there's my video stream. There's my chat. Sort that over here. And do that. And we're ready. Hey, look who's here. Who's here? Tendai and Shadow Eyes and Arjit Pie must have finally gotten to me. I don't know. Does that mean my stream is lagging or something? That mean I have a poor quality stream? Hey, Emperor Siga, how you doing? And Aussie Brick Chick is here. All right, we are off and running. I've got everything in order. Yeah, get my hairy underarms. This is not very decorous, is it? Quite honestly. Unblocked Johnny the First. How long will that last? Who knows? I don't know yet. I have no predisposition to block you. And hi at Ace and Bureau. Bureau, am I channeling John McClane? Possibly. Possibly. It's a good day to die hard. I mean, honestly, didn't those movies get progressively more terrible as they went on? Like Die Hard, the original, is quite a legendary film. And Die Hard 2 has some stuff in it that's so dumb. It sort of takes you out of the moment. And I know it's hardly a realistic film, but Die Hard 2 has some stuff that's just so dumb. It really takes you out of the moment. And then Die Hard 3's, well, it's got the saving grace of having both Samuel Jackson and Jeremy Irons in it. It's got that. But then there's Die Hard 4 and 5 that, again, just dumb. And hey there, Tendai. Emperor, it isn't dark in Australia if the Earth is flat. Well, the obvious reason would be Illuminati conspiracy. Unblocked Johnny, you're Celinda who sent me a package. What package did you send me, Celinda? I'm intrigued. Noble Wolf, hey there. Glad you're catching the live stream. Oh, yeah, Empress Siga, the fifth Die Hard movie introduced John McClane's son, and they're obviously trying to go, ooh, we could reboot the franchise with John McClane's son in it. No one gives a shit. It's like when they gave Indiana Jones a shit in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, by far the worst Indiana Jones movie. And it's like, ooh, he's got a son. We could continue the franchise with his son. No one gives a shit. No one gives a shit. It's like one of the Godzilla remakes. Apparently the studio said, ooh, introduce new monsters because someone else owns the copyright to Godzilla and we have to pay them to use Godzilla. But if you introduce another monster and people like that, then we'll just make more movies with that monster and we won't have to pay the copyright fees. And it's like, no one gives a shit, man. You are literally talking about, hey, why don't we make a Godzilla movie without Godzilla? There's people in Hollywood, no fucking idea, man. Tendo, you've scrubbed Crystal Skull from your mind. One of those, endless opinion pieces you find on the internet. I saw one saying like, you're wrong about Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It's really good. You should give it another chance. It's like, no, buddy, it is not good and it is not getting another chance, okay? It was dumb. It was just dumb and Indiana Jones didn't need to meet aliens. So, and honestly, the Indiana Jones sequels were fairly shit. I mean, they had fun, bringing in Sean Connery. Look, any film's improved by the presence of Sean Connery. Like even terrible garbage like the Highlander movies are improved by the presence of Sean Connery. They're not saved, but they are improved. Yeah, Silence Ain't No Homework, almost as bad as Phantom Menace. Yeah, it's not good. Mm. And the fact that you're a fan of Indiana Jones makes you hate Crystal Skull more. I understand that completely. A Bible. Old Dockets Australia Post. Oh, it was delivered. I got a message saying, oh wait, how unblocked Johnny? Well, now I'm confused. Really. Terminator Genesis. Yeah, their desire to reinvent Terminator movies is also kind of sad. But yeah, that's what. Oh, who remembers? What was the one that had Christian Bale in it? But who remembers the recording that got released of Christian Bale losing his shit at the lighting guy on the set for the Terminator movie? Sorry, I just got distracted. There's a spider dangling down outside the window. I think it's the same spider that got into my laundry. Bloody clotheslines out there, and this is how exciting my life is. I was bringing in laundry today, and this is fucking not a huge spider, big enough to bother me spider on my underpants. And I tried to stay cool. Okay, buddy, off. No. You don't live in my underpants. You go fucking live in the garden, buddy. Now I think it looks a very similar spider is building a web right outside my kitchen window now. I don't know. It's a bit cheeky, quite honestly, hanging around outside my kitchen window. That's okay. Unblock James I. Do I believe in Jesus? No, I don't even believe there was an historical figure that Jesus is based on. I don't believe in God, as it were. I believe the concept of God is quite useless. Empress, yeah. There's a real robotics company in Japan called Cyberdyne. Of course there is, because people just like tempting. It's like when you see, what's the US robotics company that makes all those military robots that we keep seeing the tests. We see the tests of them, they try and knock them over, and it just looks mean. And the robots they make don't even have faces, but when they push the robots or knock something out of the robot's hand, the robot looks pissed off or disappointed, which is ridiculous because the robot doesn't even have a face. But I just get this vibe that the robot's remembering, like, oh, you're fucking around with me. I'm going to remember that, honestly. Scott Douglas. By the time Disney's finished with Star Wars, George Lucas will look like Shakespeare. Well, yeah, you have no taste in movies and you don't know a goddamn motherfucking thing about making movies, but that's okay. That's your disability, and I don't hold it against you, but you've got no fucking idea what you're talking about. So there you go. Unblock Johnny. Why do I find the concept of God is useless? I have spoken about this before. By most people's estimates, I'm an atheist. I just don't go around, particularly on YouTube, going, oh, I'm an atheist, because the people on YouTube and the internet generally who go around going, oh, I'm an atheist. Anyone who's not an atheist is dumb. Those people are pieces of shit, and I really don't fucking like them, and I have zero interest in being equated with them or having people considering me to be aligned with them, because those people are complete fucking assholes. But I think the question of the existence or lack thereof of a God is absolutely meaningless. If there were a supreme being, if there were a creator that put this whole universe into motion, the concept that that creator would give a shit about humans, the little talking monkeys on this ball of dirt, that is just supreme human hubris. Everything about God is human concepts. It's I'm scared of the dark, so I'm going to make up a story to explain things that makes me less scared of the dark. There is no rational basis for a belief in a God. Every single religious story from every religion, all the thousands of religions that have existed as long as humans have existed, every single religious story is a lie, and the whole shit is absolutely meaningless. That's what I mean by the concept of God is useless, because it is of no value whatsoever. It makes no sense. And all it's done is held humanity back, and is still being used as an excuse by particularly stupid, closed-minded people to hold humanity back. No, Unblocked Johnny. You look. You be a Christian as much as you like, but you are not a Christian because of rational thinking. You're a Christian because of suspension of rational thinking. I've got no problem with you being a Christian or Jewish or Muslim or Buddhist or anything else, but saying that's about rational thinking, no, it's about the opposite of rational thinking. It's you've decided there is great and wonderful mysteries in this world. This world is beautiful and wonderful, and we're in it, and it's magical and wonderful and a miracle. Therefore, I believe a God made it. That is not rational thinking. That's suspension of rational thinking. That's fine. You think that is, but if you're going to say, I'm Christian because of rational thinking, I'm going to pull you up and say, no, you're fucking not, because there is zero rationality in religion. This is like, thunder and lightning, the gods are angry, the gods are fighting up on Olympus. That's Thor throwing his hammer around. That's what that is. Dead Viney Dufter, oi, oi, oi. How are you this fine evening? Yeah, so I am very much live and let live in terms of religion and religious people, because some religious people are far better people than some atheists. Some religious people are far more intelligent than some atheists. But religion is not about rationality or evidence. Religion is about feelings and about a sense of needing fulfillment. And if that's your thing, I'm completely okay with that. But the religious faith is not rational. No, Johnny, it's not rational. It is absolutely a suspension of rational thought. It's about the spiritual, the wanting to find meaning. There is, in all religions, there's a fundamental suspension of rationality that goes, da 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 da, therefore God. It's as simple as that. Ooh, something to get the blood boiling, Tendai. Orange and Chiefy's shithole comments. I'm glad. Oh my God. I've got pizza on my singlet. That's a bit of spinach. I had a spinach pizza. Gross. Okay. The shit. I'm glad Trump said the shithole thing, because it's just another clear example of his blatant racism. Bigger, I'm not racist, and Trump just says that stupid shit. I'm the least racist person you'll ever talk to. There is volumes of evidence going back decades that Trump is racist to his core. It's not nice in Australia. It is nice in Australia. It's warm. It's got to be really hot where I am for the next couple of days. High 30s Celsius. moving up towards 90 to 100 Fahrenheit, if that's your thing. And hello, Joe. How are you doing? So yeah, it's going to be real warm the next couple of days. So yeah. Look, Johnny, I'm just going to say one more thing to you, buddy boy, about religion and lack of logic and rational thought. I've explained that. You're saying what? I've said why. Put in a couple of sentences, absolute logical evidence for why Christianity is rational. I'm not saying Christianity is bad inherently, but it's got nothing to do with rational thought. No, okay, Johnny, I'll just let you in on a secret. You are not far off being called a sad little dickhead, okay? Because you continue to say stupid, bullshit, nonsensical sentences and saying that's rational. It's going, I think you're not being rational for believing in Jehovah Yahweh. You're saying I'm not rational for not believing in something there is zero evidence for. There is absolutely zero evidence. See, rational thought is when I see actual evidence, I'm going to start to believe. You are talking dumb bullshit, okay? Oh, Irish Lincoln, hey, how you doing, buddy? So yeah, it's don't say I'm going to believe in something that has no evidence. There's absolutely zero to support, and that makes me rational. No, that makes you a person of faith. I have nothing against you being a person of faith, but it is not rational. So don't say it's rational, or I will point out you are being a dumb shit. Okay? If you say it's because I'm a person of faith and I see beauty in the world and I think there are mysteries and wonderful things, and my explanation for that is God, and I'm like, cool, 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 cool. That's you, and that's fine. But if you start saying rational, you are saying the opposite of what that word means, and I am going to pull you up and say, no, motherfucker, that's a really stupid thing to say. Just pointing it out there. Oh my God, Irish minus 10. Jesus. I don't even know if that's Fahrenheit or Celsius. Yes. Now, Devani, you don't get better in hell at playing the guitar. What you have to do is meet the devil at the crossroads, sell your soul, then you get better at playing the guitar, then you go to hell. So, yeah. You may have more time in the eternity of hell, but I don't think they let you practice guitar while you're there. Oh, Irish, minus 10 Celsius. God damn. Yeah. It's like, talking about music and the devil. It's just like the classic Simpsons episode where someone tries to get Bart to listen to Christian music, and he goes, that's ridiculous. Everyone knows all the best musicians are aligned with the devil. It's such a good one. Biori, a few days ago, there was a rerun of a cooking show. Uncle on your dad's side was on that episode. That's pretty cool. I like that. Was your uncle cooking, or was he in the audience or presenting? But that's always cool when someone you know is on a show. On very rare occasions, I see. What's the most recent one I saw? Oh, a friend of Mrs. Angry's was on a game show. You know, one of the ones where you answer the question and win money. And she said, "Oh, my thing's on this Friday." So we watched, and we were like cheering, "Come on, get it right, Sarah! Go, 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 go!" It's really quite a lot of fun to see someone you know on a game show and get involved and go, yes, win the big dollars, win the big dollars. I'm not going to, you sent me a Bible. Dude, I've got so many Bibles. Toby sent me Bibles, a Book of Mormon, a Quran, a bunch of Jehovah's Witnesses stuff. So I apologize, Johnny. Your Bible got lost in the mix, my friend. Oh, Charlie Daniels. God damn. Sorry, I love this. Charlie Daniels, Devil and Dead Children. He's a notorious conservative one. I don't know if you missed this, but he was going on, I think he was going on social media because one of the Mexican food chains in the US, I don't even know what's, there's Americans here, what's the biggest mass market Mexican food chain in the US? I can't remember the name of it, but it doesn't exist in Australia. That's why I can't remember the name of it. But it's a Mexican equivalent of McDonald's, and Taco Bell. Thank you, Emperor Cigarette. It was Taco Bell. They had an ad where they were making jokes about the Illuminati, and Charlie Daniels got into a mild lather, not a big lather, but it was a mild lather. It's like, no, Taco Bell, you don't want to be making light of the Illuminati. You don't want to be making light of the Illuminati. So there's all sorts of dodgy stuff. So we're saying Taco Bell. Taco Bell. I don't think I'd like Taco Bell. There's some good Mexican in Australia. Even chains. Hey, if you're an Aussie, again, not sponsored. Maybe this will get out here that I said something good about them, and they'll send me a voucher. But Guzman y Gomez. I don't know if you've seen that. That's in a few cities, I think. I really like their stuff. I think they're good. I was one that's slightly more widespread than Guzman y Gomez. I don't know. Ooh. I'm Brasica. You're saying Sam Elliott is a conservative conspiracy dude, is he? That's how I like Sam Elliott. I could picture Sam Elliott as God, quite honestly. If he really grew out that bushy mustache, he doesn't even need a beard. Like most gods have a beard. Sam Elliott wouldn't need it. He just needs to get that mustache extra bushy. What the heck is that at the door? Something super weird just happened at the door in this room. Okay. Someone's messing with me, I think. Oh, it's to stop the door. Oh, no, I know what it is. Sorry. It's not working. Oh, Batman Sport, Mad Max. Mad Max is pretty good. Mad Max is also pretty good. I like Guzman y Gomez better, but Mad Max is also pretty good. There's lots of Shadow Eyes. I think it's the spider. The spider's coming into the kitchen and putting stuff in my door now. It's really messing with me. Oh, Nathan, I forgot the Hare Krishnas. I used to have the Bhagavad Gita and some of the other weird books the Hare Krishnas put out. Duh, Johnny, of course I'm going to hell. Duh. My favorite thing about Johnny is he sounds like Video Dude. If that was Video Dude out on parole, I'd be really happy because I was always upset at the idea of Video Dude being in jail getting beaten up. Oh, Chris, you got a friend of mine who likes Tex-Mex. There's lots of independent places around here. There's one I had dinner at just on the weekend. That's just down the road from where I live. The actual Mexican people run, and it's really yummy. And I don't like really spicy food, so they'll adjust the spice, and they do it like white people level spice, which I like, and their food is really good. Empress, I don't hate spiders. I just don't want a spider on me. I just don't want a spider on me. And I'm with you, Tendai. Fuck wasps, man. If I see wasps, I'm really unhappy. Spiders are fine in their environment. Even like huntsmen, the big ones we get in Australia, they're harmless, so I don't mind them. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Miss Foxification Taco Bills is still around. There's at least 2 or 3 of them in Melbourne. Okay, Johnny is not video dude. Johnny, just out of the by, I don't know if you've ever been in a live stream before or seen my videos. Do you know of whom we speak when we talk about the dude of video? Because I have some very important information for you. Japanese ramen. Oh man, Chris, if you like Japanese ramen and noodles generally, you'd love Melbourne. There are some really good ramen and noodle places here. So yeah. Shelf warmer. I don't know that huntsmen are cute, but I do like them. I think huntsmen are kind of cool. For people who don't know, huntsmen are a reasonably large spider, completely harmless here, but they can scare you to death because they're hairy and they're about this big. They can get really big, and they live in your house, and they be a little bit off-putting. Oh yeah, misfoxification, dumplings, ramen and dumplings in Melbourne, so good. But yes, food generally in Melbourne actually is really good. One of the many things I like about Melbourne is the food here, the cafes and whatnot. Nightmares, shadow eyes. There's only one thing than seeing huntsman in your bedroom. That's not seeing it when you look again. It's like you're lying in bed, and go, fuck, there's a huntsman on the ceiling. You go to like get something to maybe catch it or hit it, and then you look back and it's gone. You go, where the fuck did it? Where did it go? And then you've got to go to sleep, knowing there's a huntsman running around, and it's going to be one of the 20 spiders that you eat that year. You know, the whole thing about you eat spiders in your sleep, which is completely not true, but one of my favorite sayings. Huntsmen are super cool. Okay, Johnny, at this point, I am going to take you at your word, not call you a liar, and issue you a cautionary tale, my friend. Video Dude was someone who said literally the exact things that you are saying. He literally said those things, and he got very boring. I'm fine with you saying things, but if you get warned that you're being boring, the next thing you get is the naughty chair, where I will kick you out of the chat for 10 minutes. That gives you the opportunity to come back if you're that much of a masochist. But if you continue to be boring, you will be permanently blocked. And I won't hesitate to do that because boring is boring and I don't waste my time on boring. And that's what happened to Video Dude. He got blocked because he would not shut the fuck up when he was told he was being boring. Then he proceeded to write me really quite praised letters. Really, really unbalanced, reeking of mental health issue letters. And I read them to everyone on the live stream, and we laughed and laughed, and they were pretty good. And because another regular in the live stream lives in the same town as Video Dude and knows him, and so Video Dude's a bit of a head case, does too much drugs, and then he got busted by the cops one day for having the marijuana, and I don't know, he considered cops busting him an affront or something, and he got violent and punched the cop, and now he's in jail. So I'm not saying I'm a god who can smite people, but, my friend, the last person who said, and I will specify the exact shit you were saying, who then wouldn't listen when he was told he was being boring and needed to shut the fuck up, his ultimate fate? Jail, where apparently he gets beat up on the regular. So I'm not saying I have the powers to reach out and smite you. I'm just saying, look at the evidence. Look at the evidence and draw your own conclusions. Chris, marijuana is completely illegal in Australia. There are talks of limited availability on medical prescriptions sometime soon. Irish, mail me something. I owe a few people postcards and stuff. People who did send me cards and whatnot. And but I want to do it with AIDS. I want to sit down and write a couple of postcards together and send it back. And then I want to kind of get into a cycle of swapping stuff. Like people send me postcards and send one back. People send. I want to find out what it's like where you live. Chris, yes, it does make no sense. It's just an excuse to arrest people. But it's just one of those things. Oh, I think misfoxification possession's not legal, but you just get a ticket for it. But you don't get a criminal charge. But it's not legal. I don't think it's legal anywhere. Johnny, is Aidsy homosexual? Aidsy likes the penis. He also likes the vagin. Aidsy is what we call. I think bisexual and pansexual are too mild for what Aidsy is. I like to call Aidsy an omnisexual, as in Aidsy will devour you no matter who or what you are if you so give him permission to do so. So yes, I think it's honestly misfoxification. Really, you can have plants. That used to be the case in South Australia, and it got reversed. I think, like you could have plants in South Australia. So okay, because I'm I'm not a marijuana smoker or consumer, so I don't keep up with the laws. So I apologise if I was incorrect about it not being legal at all in any form. Yeah. I don't do it, so I actually haven't kept pace. So actually, talking about marijuana reminds me of a story I read. Opium is grown legally in Tasmania, Australia's island state. It's used to make medical anaesthetic. Like, it's not used for heroin. It's refined for medical anaesthetics. And there's certain people are licensed to grow opium, which is then used for medical purposes. And I read this story that wallabies were jumping the fence into the poppy fields, eating the opium plants and getting really stoned. And then just these wallabies are really out of it on opium and are just flopping around and sort of get lost in the paddocks going, oh my God, oh my God, oh, I'm so high. And I thought that was pretty funny. And I thought, how high was the fence they were jumping over? Then I had a holiday in Tasmania, and there is no security on these opium farms at all. They have like barbed wire fences with gaps this big, and I think there may be electric fences, but there's gaps this big, so it would be absurdly easy to go and see. So there's like these signs that say, hey, it's not legal to take these opium poppies, okay? So don't do it. That's not legal. That was the limit of the security of these opium farms. I found it hilarious. Toddy, what do I think of androphilia, gynophilia, and ambiphilia? You're going to have to explain that to me. I apologise. And hello, Stephen. Okay, misfoxification. Police in the ACT are authorised but not required to issue cannabis offence notice to an offender who possesses marijuana for personal use, provided the amount does not exceed 50 grams. So they got a bit of leeway in there. Okay. Irish, I saw it's not that big a deal to process the poppy into opium. I saw a doco on Afghanistan once. They're doing apparently this thing where you score it, and it's the liquid that's in the plant has narcotic properties before you do anything to it. But you do treat it to refine it and get it more focused. But just the liquid that's in the poppy has a narcotic effect, even if you don't process it. So, okay. Chris used to steal corn from the cornfields. That strikes me as the type of thing that's going to get a farmer chasing you with a shotgun. Let's see. Toby, I don't know what's going on, buddy, but there is someone who is behaving like a carbon copy of VD. I warned him that VD got smoten. I wasn't claiming to be God who can reach out and smite people. I'm just saying, when VD wouldn't listen to me, bad things happened. No. Okay, they can do medical marijuana in Queensland. I know the medical use of marijuana is expanding in Australia. I think there are marijuana farms in Victoria for medical marijuana. It's just time. It's just going to take time. As more and more US states make recreational marijuana legal, and it becomes obvious it isn't actually a problem, like it's far less damaging than alcohol. I mean, let alone opiates. I actually think Johnny got reported. Oh no. I haven't seen anything from Johnny for a while. Are you seeing stuff from Johnny? I don't see anything from him. So, maybe. Chris used to race trucks down country roads and get chased by farmers, but no shotgun. I'd say Aidsy loves to say he got shot by Iraqis before it was trendy. Back in the 90s, him and his friends heard it wasn't a rumor, it was a truth that the Iraqi embassy in Canberra had a marijuana garden, and they snuck in one night, climbed the fence, but there were cameras everywhere, so they were known, and they got shot at, and one of them, AZ, actually caught a bullet in the leg. So he loves to say he got shot by Iraqis before it was trendy. Hello, Celtic King and SS Visuals. So, oh my God, like into the first hour, and I haven't had a drink. Oh no. Jesus couldn't have been white. The Middle Eastern Jew 2,000 years ago. Well, that's the funny thing you're saying, AZ the hipster. That's the joke we make about him getting shot by Iraqis before eternity. But even just in hipster things like vaping, AZ was literally doing that for years before it caught on and became a common thing. Doing it for years and had to always explain it to people what he was doing because no one knew what it was. And I was using a monopod to shoot videos, basically a selfie stick, for years before people started using selfie sticks. And so it's like, but that also makes you super hipster. If I'm not a hipster, I was doing this before everyone else did. It's like, oh, you're like ultra hipster then. Okay, I'm going to get a bit more ice. I'm going to make myself another drink. I think I'll do that. Nathan, I read American Gods years ago when it came out. Great book. Neil Gaiman is my favorite author. I have not seen the TV series yet. Chris, it's 4 a.m. You do need to go to bed, my friend. I hope you do keep up, buddy. I mean, yeah, I do recognize your username, and I'm still making the pre-recorded videos, so catch up with them as well. All right, I am going to get some ice. Ice. Measure this. That. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Seriously, are you guys still seeing Unblock Johnny? Because I have not. I didn't do anything to him, but I have not seen anything posted by him for ages. I don't know. So maybe I've got some auto filter that blocks him out if he does too much. Tequila. I do have some tequila. I could drink some tequila, but I'm trying to use this up. This is blueberry vodka I made by soaking blueberries in vodka. That's tricky. And I'm trying to empty this decanter. Oh, no. Oh, there's only a little bit left. Probably should just have the little bit that's left, shouldn't I? Yeah, okay. What the heck? Do that. That's it. This is all gone. But I have another thing that I want to put in there. I'm preparing some There we go. Emperor Zigata. Johnny left when the room was against him, like a comedian telling Trump jokes in Mississippi. Irish. I don't do Skittles. Well, what I've got here, I've got a whole bunch. This is Jelly Belly donut flavor vodka. I got given a little pack of stuff that was flavored by a donut flavored jelly bean. I got strawberry and chocolate and blueberry glazed and something else. Oh, cinnamon apple. The cinnamon apple one really does taste like apple pie. Whew. RJ, hello to you in Tasmania. Seth, I got a real thing for skull decanters. There's I've got these ones, which I just found like in a gift shop, like, you know, like a $2 shop. I found a shop that these are really good. I like them, and they cost about $5. This bigger one that I just emptied, that came in a set that had the big decanter and some skull shot glasses. And there's one up there that's kind of between the two sizes. That's a Crystal Head vodka bottle, which I kept after I drank all the vodka. Tendai, kangaroos are always striking sexy poses. They do that. Especially the red kangaroos. They flex. They get really jacked. Seth, what's an Aussie beer? I'm not a beer drinker. So I don't know. Cooper's, that's a South Australian beer. There's a few beer drinkers tell me there's some good ones in Tasmania. I am a cider drinker. And one of my favourites is one that's made not that far away from here, out past Geelong on the Bellarine Peninsula, called Flying Brick. If you ever see Flying Brick cider, that has my stamp of approval. Depends what it tastes. They make a sweet, a draft, and a dry. And I like the mid one, draft. Sweet, not bad. I don't really like really dry cider. Petty Wallaby, you're a cider drinker too. Nice. And there's also a cider that's made in New South Wales, west of Sydney, around an area where I used to live. And they make a still cider, like a non-sparkling cider, that I really like. They're called Small Acres cider. Oh, Joe, I love that old Monty Python joke. A bad beer is like fucking in a canoe. Sorry, like making love in a canoe, fucking close to water. James, g'day to you. No, Celtic King, I did not unblock Johnny. I have no idea. He just bailed. He just disappeared at some point. RJ says Bogues is a good beer. There you go. Oh, there you go, James. Little Creatures from Western Australia. All for it. Seth, it's almost 2 a.m. in Beaverton. Oh, dude, PTSD induced dreams. Damn. Oh, look, okay. I'm going to, slight divergence, my friend. I am going to recommend to you, I don't know if you'll be able to find someone. Seth, I'm going to recommend to you that you find a counselor, psychologist, psychiatrist who uses techniques, write this down, known as EMDR and or EFT. They're two completely different techniques, but they're proper clinical techniques. Mrs. Angry is a psychologist counselor, and she uses these in her practice. They're astonishingly effective. Like people who haven't been helped by counseling and whatnot for years, decades, PTSD can be turned around. Like the World Health Organization backs EMDR to treat PTSD. It's incredible how well it works. It doesn't have to be used on really, really serious stuff, but it can be. And EMDR in particular on PTSD, I feel for you, my friend. PTSD is no motherfucking joke. And if you can find a practitioner in your area that has EMD in their arsenal of treatments, I thoroughly recommend it. Yeah. Emperor Siga, thoughts on geopolitical situation in Pakistan now that US pulled support? I would be really concerned about any instability in the subcontinent between Pakistan and India, because that shit is volatile and they are nuclear powers, and that could put a couple million people in a bad way really quickly. And it would also have a really severe effect on the world as a whole. So I would be really worried about anything that destabilized the situation there on the subcontinent. So I did not actually know anything about the US. I would have to look up what's actually happening there. Oh, look, there's Unblock Johnny the Real wanting to be blocked. God is real. Okay, Donny, A, you don't get to proselytize nonstop. I will block you until B, you don't get to use words like logic and reason when talking about religion, because that just makes you look like a dumb motherfucker. Okay? You have your religion, that's cool, that's fine. But I'm not going to be able to hold myself back if you use words like reason and logic, because that just makes you look super fucking stupid. Okay? So, word to the wise. And yes, the ultimate sin in the angry live chats is being boring. And if you be boring and bore people and take up too much of people's time, I will give you the old ban hammer, because boring is the worst sin. You can go on about your venal sins and your cardinal sins and your mortal sins, but the worst sin is being a boring fucking moron, okay? And you are the epitome of a boring fucking moron. So pull your fucking head in, okay? Not saying it again. That is literally your last warning, because you're boring, okay? Shut the fuck up. There are a lot of, I don't know about a lot, but I know there are multiple Christian people who regularly come into these chats. And that is super cool and hunky dory, because I don't hassle people because of their religion. I will hassle people for being dickheads. I will hassle people for being boring. Okay? You and your world is a thing, but you know, if you are going to just be a boring, stupid motherfucker, you, step one, timeout. Unblock Johnny goes to the naughty chair because you're too boring, buddy boy. Oh, Emperor Siga, that's nice. Aaron Ra. He's one of the few skeptics who educates instead of blaming feminism and Islam for everything. Yeah, that is why I don't associate with those people. Hey, philosopher, I don't know if I've said hello to you. Oh, Deadpool, cool. I like that you like my videos no matter what. Helped you get over fake friends. That is a good thing. Look, I mean, we all want friends, and it can be very hard to recognize when someone's being shit. And if you're able to, I'm great. Sharon, hello to you. Nathan, I've never even, sorry, Emperor, I've never even heard of Aaron Ra. Yeah, Nathan, that whole deleting the post thing, I also think is funny. I didn't know it did that until the first time I did it. And yeah, it like erases their existence. Oh, Irish, you're not for, if you're not much for religion, but you like ritual, you like AIDSy stuff. AIDSy and his chaos friends, they're all about the ritual. Also, you know, dressing in black and having ceremonies under full moons. I don't know, maybe sacrificing black goats. I don't ask too many questions. You know, their thing. But yeah, ritual, definitely. Oh my God. The hilarity of, okay, there are a couple of things that make me laugh. And one of them is people who make multiple accounts just to be fuckheads. It's like, okay, if your life is actually that empty, I mean, you know, go right ahead. Ooh, Shelf Warmer, you're recommending Damien Atto. Never heard of him either. They appear to have changed some. Let's try that. Okay. I think that stops him from posting. Yeah, okay. I think that stops him permanently from posting because he's just a fuckhead. Biori, What We Do in the Shadows. That is such a good movie. And you're right. Same director did Thor Ragnarok. There is another one he did between the two called Hunt for the Wilder People, which is it's probably the best family movie I've ever seen. It is what we do in the shadows is more aimed towards adults. Hunt for the Wilder People is a family movie. It's probably the best family-friendly movie I've ever seen. It is so funny. Sam Neill's in it. He's an absolute legend. Apparently, the guys who made What We Do in the Shadows are going to collaborate on a TV series about the supernatural in New Zealand. So it's going to be the werewolves and the vampires and all the undead, the zombies and whatnot. I really look for. Yes, it's the people from Flight of the Conchords, Nathan. Yes. Toby, I don't know if I've blocked both accounts of Johnny. When I looked at the controls here, they've changed how they do certain things, but I don't think we're going to see Johnny again. That's my feeling. I don't think we're seeing him again. But I could be wrong. Who knows? So it is. It is one of the funniest things to me. People who will make multiple accounts when you block them. It's just like, dude, get a life. Get a life. Oh, you already got that. Yeah, the actors retweeting a compliment. Look, seriously, I'm with you. When I, get noticed by someone who I have a lot of admiration for, it's a real moment. It's like, oh. I heard there's going to be a new series of Flight of the Conchords too. We're all talking about Flight of the Conchords here. I heard there is actually going to be a new series of Flight of the Conchords, which I would love to see. I think Flight of the Conchords was absolutely brilliant. Yes, Toby, I did get your letters. I'm pretty sure it's in. Oh, wait, sorry. When did you send it? Because I got a notification today or yesterday that I had some mail in my mailbox and I haven't checked yet. So if you've just sent it in the last week, it has arrived, but I don't have it yet. Yeah, Biore, I agree. The werewolves. There was talk there was going to be a sequel film about the werewolves. But the last I heard is they were doing a TV series. So I don't know if they're doing a sequel film and a TV series, or if they've ditched the film just for the TV series. I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, Toby. So okay, you sent it last week. It is in my mailbox, but I haven't picked it up yet. Also, there's a service because I have a post office box at the GPO. They send me email to say I've got mail when I get mail, which is really handy. Oh, Emperor, Toby's laying out all the rules for the cult. Toby is completely on top of how to set up the Angry Aussie cult. So I will be. I'll get those and I'll read them out on another live account. So. We're on top of it basically. Oh, Stephen. Okay, dude's got reported for spam. Okay, a bunch of you must have reported him for spam. That's pretty cool. Oh, Bjorn, it's really funny. I don't. You have to be Australian to know these movie reviewers, David Stratton and Margaret Pomerantz. They don't do a show together anymore, but for a couple of decades on different TV networks, they did a movie reviewing, and they were the sort of intelligent movie reviewers. They were the thinking person's movie reviewers. I didn't agree with all their reviews, but I agreed with a lot, and they made a case for stuff. But one where they really missed the mark was What We Do in the Shadows. They hated it. They didn't get it at all. Like the tone of What We Do in the Shadows got right by them. Neither of them liked it. They thought it was terrible. They didn't get the jokes. They didn't get the deliberately bad jokes, like we're werewolves, not swearwolves. David Stratton was particularly angry at that line, saying it wasn't funny. But a lot of their reviews, they were a pretty good resource for rating movies, but every now and then I reckon they really missed the boat. And one they really missed the boat on was What We Do in the Shadows. Miss Foxification, you're right. Daybreakers is a good vampire movie, Australian movie. The same people who made Daybreakers made a quite interesting zombie movie called Wormwood. Those two, I think it's two brothers are behind it. They are pretty damn good at doing genre films. Ooh, Emperor, another Warhammer MMO. Well, I'm surprised it's not another Warhammer movie. Like I saw the Warhammer movie, and I mean, okay, it wasn't legendary, it wasn't fantastic, but it wasn't terrible for a franchise movie. It wasn't terrible. Seth, I like Rick and Morty too. Even if some of their fans are dickheads, but I do like Rick and Morty. What was my favorite in season 3? Ooh, hard to pick. I'd have to rethink all the episodes to think what was my favorite. But I did like season 3. I thought season 3 was good. Irish, you're right. There have been some good Australian movies the past few years. You're actually, so for me, you're right. I was thinking World of Warcraft, not Warhammer. I was wrong. I was wrong. I was thinking World of Warcraft, not Warhammer. Misintoxication, Korea. The only Korean movie I watched recently was Train to Busan, which was a really good zombie movie. I don't. My son, young Mr. Angry, did watch Korean drama series Strong Girl Bong Soon, which it was on Netflix. He really liked it. I saw bits of it. It was very interesting, but I didn't get really into it. But Jesus, there are a lot of Korean dramas and movies on Netflix, but I don't know about any of, like, literally the only one I watched was Train to Busan. Let it tea. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Anything interesting? You know, same old, same old. Yeah. Emperor thinks Dark Powers and Undead will make it on. Yeah, look, there's no rhyme or reason to what makes it in Hollywood. Oh, Miss Foxification, Snowpiercer, great movie, very unusual, weird movie, and it's very video gamey in its thing. There's this train which goes through the snow, which is why it's called Snowpiercer, and people on it have to get from the back of the train to the front of it. There's like video game levels, and there's like mini boss battles along the way. It's really good. It's got what's his name, who's Captain America in it. Pandora, I don't think I've seen Miss Foxification. What's Pandora about? But I definitely endorse Snowpiercer. Snowpiercer is a very different sort of sci-fi dystopia movie, very influenced by the video games. Let it tea, you're moving to the USA. Well, that's pretty cool. What part of the USA are you going to move to, and for what purpose are you moving to the USA? Oh, okay. Emperor, Scott Pilgrim is literally, well, Scott Pilgrim was a comic that used a lot of video game stuff. And in Scott Pilgrim versus the World, they were literally doing video game stuff. What I mean, Snowpiercer is its levels. They're fighting. level 1, but there was no video game visuals. They were fighting. Oh, here's a mini boss. Okay, next level. Oh, another mini boss. Kind of honestly, the Star Wars Rogue One had a bit of video game stuff in it. I thought it's like, oh, now your next objective is you have to go up there and flip that switch. Your next objective is you have to climb that tower. Your next objective is you have to pull that out of there and put it in there. And your next objective is you have to get through the thing that's opening and closing like that. I actually thought they probably did that a bit much. Like, I think Rogue One is fantastic. I love Rogue One, but they were probably a bit heavy on the video game stuff. Oh, Philosopher, you saw Downsizing. What did you think of it? I don't know. Okay, Miss Foxification. Pandora's a nuclear disaster. Stab at Japan, but good. People go back to save others that cost their own lives. Okay, that does sound interesting. The thing is, Empress, see, there should be more Scott Pilgrim movies because there are a lot of Scott Pilgrim comics. So I'm not sure why they never did any. I assume it didn't make any money. I don't know why they didn't make any more Scott Pilgrim movies. Irish Lincoln, I've heard of these Final Hours, and I've heard it's pretty good. Yeah, an End of the World movie. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I have heard it's pretty good. What have I watched? I've been watching stuff on Netflix. Watched the second and apparently final season of Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency, which I quite enjoyed. Apparently, like the creator, the writer, producer of the show is a complete fucking knob end, which is always sad to hear that you like something and it was created by a complete fucking knob end. But the show itself, I found really entertaining. It's very loosely based on Douglas Adams' book called Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. Douglas Adams is more famous for Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And I read the Dirk Gently books years back when they were published. And the TV show is nothing like them. The TV show is absolutely nothing like the books. Oh, Emperor, yes. Okay, movie trope. Magic gay best friend who has dating advice. Yes. You preferred the culture. That's why I moved. Oh, okay. You like American culture? Oh, moving to Texas. I have a few internet friends in Texas. Mississippi. I actually have internet friends in Mississippi as well. I think I have internet friends just about everywhere. Yeah. Well, good luck. I hope you move to US. I hope it works for you, and I hope you have a really good time there. That's great. An adventure, though, going out and moving countries, and that's great. I love that. That's fantastic. Nathan, you're saying Douglas Adams would be happy about not being liked. Are you suggesting Douglas Adams actually didn't like his own books? Okay, look, a little bit of trivia. Douglas Adams died in a gym. Now, I know I'm out of shape, and I am working on losing weight, and I'm overweight and stuff. But, it's, honestly, dying in a gym, that's a message right there. I would love to do a US too, like do Route 66 or something. Where have I been in the US? I've really only been on the West Coast. Most of my visits there have been to California, to LA or San Francisco. I've also been to Las Vegas, and I've also been to Colorado. Letter T, never really thought about moving to another country. No, I really like living in Australia. And I haven't traveled near as much as I would like to. I've hardly done any travel, quite honestly. Seth, you're into herpetology and have handled native pythons. We have nice pythons in Australia. We have nice medium-sized ones. Like, they're not giant motherfuckers like anacondas, but they're of decent size. We have some smallish ones that get to about 2 meters and some bigger ones that get to about 3, 4, 5 meters. We don't have freaky big motherfuckers like anacondas, but we do have some decent pythons. We have some nice pythons, I think. Emperor, where you live is not far from Fallout in Nevada. Oh dear. Patman, I would love to be doing some collabs. I'm trying to do a couple. I'm trying to set some up. And hey, Petit Wallaby, I would love to look. I'll have to visit Montreal as you, because you were here not long ago and we had lunch and stuff. And I did mention my son has kind of set in his heart. He wants to move to Montreal. Now, I don't know if he's made an internet friend in Montreal or if he's just seen stuff that he likes. But after he does uni, he's kind of set on going to Montreal. And I said, yeah, go for it. Oh, Petit Wallaby, you saw a carpet python. Was it in the wild? Or was it in some sort of pet shop or zoo? Atomic testing sites. That's like in, where were the American atomics testing sites? That was Nevada and a few other places. Oh, it is in the wild. That's cool. Seeing the snakes in the wild is cool if you're ready for them. I still remember, because I grew up in the country. And where I grew up, the snakes weren't that common, but there were a couple that were venomous that you don't want to get bitten by. And I remember walking along the riverbank in town and a snake going through the undergrowth about, I don't know, a meter in front of where I was walking and just crossing my path. And the next thing I knew, I was hanging from a tree. It was really weird. Like, the tree branch was higher than I thought I could jump, but absolutely unconsciously, when I saw a snake, I went whoop, and I jumped straight up and grabbed a tree branch. I don't know, it was like a meter or two up, far higher than I thought I could jump, but adrenaline, you know? I don't know. Petit Wallaby, wise choice. Give the snake a wide berth. If you're drawing a city, don't draw the buildings too big because you reach the side limit of the. Oh, that sounds like an interesting project. You were trying to draw an entire city within a drawing program and you've had to cut it up into pieces. Wow, that is quite the project, my friend. I really like that. That sounds great. Seth, look, honestly, it is a good country to visit. If you visit, you get to Melbourne, my friend, I'll catch up with you. Have a drink. I'll show you some of our art laneways. Some of them, I love showing people in Melbourne. Whenever someone visits, I love showing them around. So if you make it to Melbourne, I will show you around. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Petty Wallaby. Well, if my son does go to Montreal, I will hit you up for contact details. I do want to go there. I would love to, visit you in winter with all the snow and shit. That would be good because that's really alien to me. I have been in snow. I've gone up to the mountains, the snowy mountains in Australia, and skied once. And when I was in England, there was no snow. There was sleet. That was a fucking new one for me. Sleet is shit. Sleet's terrible. Yes, Emperor. Lord of the Rings is New Zealand, and I've had a holiday. New Zealand's beautiful. New Zealand's where you want to go when society collapses, because there's a lot of fresh water, and there are a lot of dumb ground-dwelling animals you can use for food and fur. So New Zealand's a great place to go, like in the nuclear apocalypse society, because it's got good resources. And it's beautiful. And I remember when I was there, you can actually go, like, there's Hobbiton. You can go to the film set and do that. But I remember one of the campgrounds with trees around. I made a bunch of videos. They're on my YouTube channel, my New Zealand trip. That was years ago. You just go search AngryAussie in New Zealand. You can see my New Zealand trip. And but there was some where you'd be in this little bit of forest with trees. It was like, fuck yeah, this just feels like the Lord of, like, I expect to see black riders coming around any second. So New Zealand, definitely worth a visit. Definitely. I like that. Nathan and Shadow Eyes are both going away and coming back and going, the conversation topic is completely fucking different the last time I was here. Oh, Toby, where would I go if I could go anywhere? That, my friend, is a good question. I would like to see more of Europe, particularly maybe the northern parts, like, Scandinavia. be able to see the Northern Lights and that type of thing. I would definitely like to see more of Europe. If I could time travel, one of my big regrets in life is I did not go to China when I was young. Like, go to China in the early 90s before they built it out, because places like Shanghai in 1990 are absolutely unrecognizable compared to Shanghai now, being built out with all these skyscrapers, and in 1990 it was completely different. It is one of my lasting regrets that I did not go to China when I was young. I'd like to go to China now, actually, and see it. I would. I've had a brief stop in Japan. I'd like to explore Japan a little. Basically anywhere. I'd like to travel anywhere. I'd like to go to the different parts of the US that I haven't been to. I haven't been to New York. I haven't been to the South. I haven't been to the North. I've only been to the West Coast. I haven't even, well, I've had a little bit of time in the middle. But yeah. So oh yeah, Pat Man, Hong Kong. I wouldn't mind seeing Hong Kong. That seems like an interesting place. Seems a little overwhelming, but I wouldn't mind visiting there. Can't conceive of being there for long. Oh yeah, the pollution in, you're right, Emperor. The pollution in China might be bad. Toby, that is a good list, man. Russia, Germany, USA, Canada, Brazil. That is good. That's a good list. And again, see, because I've got YouTube friends in Germany and Portugal and Scandinavia and all different parts of the US. Ooh, Miss Foxification. Hiking in Alaska. That's a good one. Toby, you got to go. See you, buddy. I mean, but the world is amazing. I look, despite my whole angry thing, I like people. I would like to go virtually anywhere. I like nature and I like people. So I'd like to go virtually anywhere, see stuff, meet people, and stuff. Ah, Seth, those are good recommended old shows. Firefly, sadly only one season and a movie. Firefly is a brilliant show, and Farscape is an Australian-made sci-fi that is pretty damn good. Thanks for dropping by, Toby. Emperor, yeah, the pollution in China can get back. Look, even in LA, the pollution is fucking bad. My eyes are really sensitive to pollution. Just even being in Melbourne, my eyes will get really bloodshot all the time, and I have to use eye drops all the time to clear. And it's just from the pollution. The pollution irritates my eyes. Like if I go off into a country area or somewhere that doesn't have a lot of pollution, my eyes won't go red at all. But I have to use eye drops in Melbourne. But when I've been in LA, like some areas of LA, uh, where places where you can't see more than fucking a kilometre, whatnot, my eyes have gone bright red. And it's just okay, Johnny, are you gonna be a cunt? Okay, that was your warning. That was your gentle warning. If you're gonna be a boring cunt, you'll be gotten rid of permanently. Hey Sam, how you doing? Ah, you're a big fan, but you're a fucking racist. That's an interesting combination. Um, as I've said, whenever I have talked about the question of African gang crime in Melbourne, there are, without doubt, young people of African extraction who are committing crimes, and they are dickheads and should be slapped the fuck down and should face the full weight of the law. That's the simple thing. But there is no African gang problem. It simply isn't true. Sam, you are believing racist lies. They are tapping into your inner racism. There is no African gang problem. The police, the fucking police, that notorious tree-hugging left-wing hippie group, the fucking police, have categorically said that isn't true. Okay? It isn't true. If you say it is true, you're a fucking racist and you're ignoring reality. Like I've always said, of course, there are some of people from the African communities who are a problem and are committing crimes, and they deserve to have the full weight of the law come down on them. But saying there is an African gang crime problem is a fucking lie. It is categorically untrue. Absolutely not real. And the idea of, and the fucking politicians and the media spouting these ridiculous lies. Sam, either you're a fucking liar or you're a cunt who deserves to be bashed and stabbed, okay? I'm just gonna, for people who watch this later, you won't see these guys maybe go, I've been bashed twice in the last 3 months. My brother got stabbed 2 weeks ago. I think you're a lying fucking racist piece of shit. B, if that really happened, I think you're a horrible little cunt who fucking deserve to get stabbed and bashed, okay? I'm just going out there and saying you're lying racist garbage, okay? You are fucking filth, okay? No, Sam Kent, you are a fucking liar. You are a racist fucking liar. You are worthless garbage. You are fucking filth, okay? You're a lying racist sack of shit. I just, it's like, it's called bias for people who are less stupid than this guy, it's called bias confirmation. It's like you see something. I am not used to seeing African people. I am seeing a report of a true report of African people committing a crime. Therefore, I'm starting to think there is a disproportionate number of African people committing crime. The actual crime statistics. Melbourne is the 5th safest city in the fucking world. There is a lower crime rate here than anywhere else in Australia. Okay? These stories of African crime gangs are racist lies. They are racist lies. If you believe them, they have tapped into your innate racism. You personally, Sam Ken, I am completely convinced are a lying, racist, shit-sucking cunt, okay? You're fucking worthless garbage. You are absolutely despicable. No, you are a fucking liar. Like I said, there's one of two things. You go, I got bashed. My brother got stabbed. One of two things. The most likely is you're a lying fucking sack of shit. The second most likely thing is you're a worthless cunt who fucking deserves to be stabbed and bashed, okay? If it really happened, I'm completely fucking convinced you provoked it and deserved it. If it really happened, I'm really fucking glad that you got stabbed and bashed. I think your whole fucking family need to be stabbed and bashed some fucking more, okay? You are a worthless, racist, lying, cowardly sack of shit. And that's my thoughts on the subject. I just a little retro blood and feel like saying that. The world at the moment sucks balls. All these people are like, well, you can't call people a racist. That upsets them. It's like, if you're going to be a racist, I'm going to point out that you're a racist. But you can't say you should punch Nazis. That's counterproductive. Nazis are the scum of the earth and need to be wiped out, okay? Sam Cann, what would be my advice going forward? Stop fucking lying, you shit-sucking racist piece of shit. You're a fucking liar and you're fucking scum, okay? And you and your whole family should have their heads shoved into a fucking wood chipper, okay? And save everyone the problem. Pat Mansport, I'm an Australian, okay? That's my vernacular. Again, we always say, like, oh, he's not a cunt. He lacks the warmth and depth and ability to give pleasure. And that's funny. I like it, and I'm with it, and all that sort of stuff. But it's just like, you know, I grew up in a country town. That's what we call people we don't like. It. When you look at it, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. As you say, I think vaginas are really nice. I'm quite fond of them. I really do like vaginas. Some of my best moments in life. I think, no, Sam Kant, it's not a bit overboard because you're a lying racist sack of shit. And if you're going to come in and tell your racist fucking lies, I'm going to call you out for being a lying racist sack of shit. You're fucking worthless vermin, and there's nothing that is bad enough for you, okay? You're lying about everything. You're a piece of shit, and I find you utterly fucking contemptible. Dottie, do you know, mate? Well, okay, wood chipper 2000, maybe just like an orbital grinder or a belt sander or something, and just like shove their face in there. You gotta stop being such a fuckwit now. Yeah, you're right. Maybe a wood chipper is too over the top. Maybe just a belt sander, an orbital grinder or something. So it's like, it's just kind of like these people who fucking lie and expect their lies to be taken at face value. It's like, why should I take your lies at face value? You're lying, and your motivation for lying is that you're racist fucking vermin. It's like, why the fuck should I give any benefit of the doubt to a lying racist piece of shit, for fuck's sake? Ooh, Irish razor blades, death of 1,000 cuts. That was always one of my favorite. With you see in some old movies or TV shows, death of 1,000 cuts. Second, how do I know you're lying? Because you're lying. How do I know you're racist? Because the motivation for telling that lie is racist. It's like, this is the most bizarre thing I find with these fucking Nazi sympathizers and racists and misogynists. And they're so fucking obvious with what they are and what their motivations are. And they're saying like, well, how do you know? Despite the fact I made it really fucking obvious, just because of all the evidence I presented of what I am, how do you know? Jesus H. Titty fucking Christ. I mean, that's just sad and pathetic. Like, but all I did was tell a bunch of racist lies. Why are you calling me a liar and a racist? I don't know, dude. I don't know why I went there. All you did was stroll in and say some really dumb racist lies, and I leapt straight to you're a racist liar. Of course, people who are Africans are committing crimes, you dumb cunt. People of every ethnic group are committing crimes. It's what happens. It's like the fact that you want to focus on Africans means you're a fucking racist, okay? There is no particular problem. It's like, yes, there are problems within the African community that would be great if we addressed them, but spreading these lies about gangs and crime out of control, and they are lies, that doesn't help, okay? Yes, you are, Sam Kent. You are a racist and a liar. You have been saying things that are provably untrue, and your motivation for saying those things is racist. You are a racist liar. Oh, I see. I like that. I'm a character in Tennessee Williams play. That's nice. I'm also just lazy. That's really what it is. And I think we've heard enough from that particular racist liar. But honestly, like, for fuck's sake. This is one of the things, this whole thing with the discourse with the discourse of you shouldn't call everyone who attends a racist rally with a tiki torch a racist. You shouldn't call everyone who attends rallies against foreigners with Nazi tattoos. You shouldn't call them all Nazis. It's like, well, no, I kind of think we should. I can't. Yes. Although I got rid of the spinach, so the stain's not really that noticeable. I had a spinach pizza, and I thought it was bad enough that I didn't bother to put a shirt on for this. But then when I noticed half my pizza was down the front of it, this is a guy. Charlie, that is a great Australianism. That guy was a shit cunt. WOW, wow, War, wow, Productions. Hello, how are you? Irish, thanks for dropping by, buddy. It was very good to have you here. And I hope I'm able to catch up with you another time. Yes. I just really, yeah, that person was just being a boring idiot. But I just really wanted to reiterate saying that stuff by definition makes you a racist like that. Automated luxury gay space gay communism. Gay space. Oh, you wrote Dead Viney. You wrote space gay communism. I think I prefer gay space communism. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Oh, Emperor, it's like what are the various sayings? As someone who says the real giveaways are I'm not a racist, but some of my best friends are. What's another good one? I just want to play devil's advocate. Seth, excellent. Skate punks should be saying Nazi punks, fuck off. Good old Dead Kennedy song. But yeah, honestly, there's one thing for someone to be a racist or a bigot, but when they're cowardly and liars about it, that's what really bugs me. Oh, misfluxification, just saying. Yes, making a horrible statement and they're just going, just saying. Oh my fucking God. Biori, is there confession in the angry religion? God damn. There probably should be. We should work on that. George, what are my thoughts on the F list? I think it's boring and stupid. And look, I understand some minority groups are sort of self-forming communities around their own ethnic group, but in the broader sense, I think ethno states are boring. One of the reasons I love my city of Melbourne is the diversity. Everyone benefits from good diversity. When majorities start talking about ethnic states, that's when it gets fucking scary and you're getting into ethnic cleansing and apartheid and really scary fucked up shit. But even, look, as I said, with minorities, I understand when migrant groups I'm trying to think of the right word, create their own little micro communities within bigger communities. But if they wall themselves off, that's weird. That's weird. Like okay, the suburbs where I live at the moment, there is a big Jewish community and big Indian community. Oh, George, no, Richard Spencer is not a smart guy. He's a worthless, shit-eating, fucked in the head coward. Okay, he's a fucking coward and he's a lying sack of shit. You can actually, I was wondering how far you want to take. You want to take this into your Hitler bullshit? Go fuck yourself. Okay, go fuck yourself. Richard Spencer is not smart. He's a slimy, gutless, lying coward. He's vile fucking scum, and anyone who would identify with him is a pathetic, weak, scared fucking child who's worthless fucking scum. Okay? That's the other thing. All these fucking white nationalists want to go this strong. They're not. They're weak, scared, pathetic. What do I find disagreeable about Richard Spencer, you brain dead cunt? His Hitler worship, his racism, his endorsement of genocide, the fact that he's just generally a worthless fucking wart on the ass of humanity. Jesus Christ, you pathetic fucking cunt. Fuck off. Honestly. I disagree about Richard Spencer. He's a fucking Nazi, you fucking mother. Jesus fucking Christ, you pathetic, worthless, scared fucking child. You're a brain dead, shit eating, worthless cunt, and the world would be better off if, I don't know, you fucking fell into a sinkhole. Jesus Christ, there's pathetic, and then there's really fucking pathetic. This is when a lot of people say, what's your problem with MRAs? What's your problem with men's rights activists? You're a man, shouldn't men have? Men have a lot of issues. And in all seriousness, quite honestly, I feel like women often don't understand some of the issues men have to deal with. Sometimes men do have to work out shit among men. But MRAs are just broadly, generally scared, pathetic, weak, hopeless little man babies. That's the main problem I have with MRAs, is they're so goddamn pathetic. They're scared of everything. They're threatened by everything. And Richard fucking Spencer and his ilk are so weak, and they're so scared of everything. Shadow Eyes, a Nazi just popped in. A Nazi just popped in and said, Richard Spencer's an awesome, smart guy. Why wouldn't you like Richard Spencer? But when you look at all these flake extreme right wingers, the MRAs, the Nazis, the white supremacists, the bigots and whatnot, they're so scared. They're so fucking weak and pathetic, and they're scared. They're threatened by everything. They use insults like snowflake and trigger warning, political correctness, but the slightest thing sets them off. Oh my God, some football players went down on one knee when the national anthem's playing. It's the apocalypse. It's like they're all so weak and pathetic and so easy to upset and so easy to threaten. They're pathetic. That's the bit that really gets me, that they're all so weak and they're so scared. Like dudes who are scared of feminism. I mean, for fuck's sake. I mean, look, like every ideology, without a doubt, there are women who call themselves feminists with whom I disagree on a vast range of topics. Radfems, it's like feminists who deliberately exclude trans women, feminists who deliberately exclude sex workers from any discussion. It's like, Jesus. Oh my God, Emperor, that's evil and I love it. A meme that takes apart the snowflake argument. A dead Nazi on the Eastern Front, frozen in snow, with the caption, snowflakes kill Nazis. That's funny and evil, and I like it. Hey, Dead Bunny, look, I'm weak on some things as well. I just find it hilarious that the insults these people use describe them far better than the people they oppose. Yes, philosopher, TERFs and SWERFs, trans excluding radfems and sex work excluding radfems. Once someone falls into either of those camps, yeah, I've got no time. It's really funny. I did see someone on Twitter saying like, "Oh, swerf's a slur," and my response was, "Oh, if by slur you mean the views you profess make me think you're a piece of shit and I fucking hate you, yeah, it's a slur. It's definitely a slur." Ed Viney, am I a Contra fan? I don't know what that means, quite honestly. You would have to explain to me what a Contra fan is before I could answer one way or the other. Emperor, exactly. Those people will go in the same breath from going snowflakes upset. Oh, you said some things on Twitter that are completely unacceptable. Just because I promoted Nazi ideology, you called me a Nazi. That's so unacceptable. Hey, Fila and Sila. You've come in on the tail end. I mean, I'm probably here for about 20 more minutes. Stella, a swerf. Swerf and turf. Swerf is a sex worker excluding radfems. It's a woman who calls herself a feminist but excludes sex workers from any discussion about identity and sexuality because they declare that sex workers have no self-determination. They're under the control of pimps or whatnot. So they automatically exclude sex workers from any conversation about feminism. And a TERF is a trans excluding radfem, someone who refuses to include transgender women from any discussions of feminism. Miss Foxification, you're right. Cultural Marxism is very interesting. I think the term became popular in the 80s. The idea was, as the power of the Soviet Union waned, and so Marxism, communism wasn't going to control the world, intellectuals in universities decided, okay, we can't control them politically, so we'll get into their minds and change the culture. And right-wingers started calling that cultural Marxism. And it's weird because more often than that, it appears to equate with being vaguely bloody decent to someone. I don't know. And Stella, you're right. Yes, we are talking about these people like cunts. Yes. Tease. How do we solve the... not even getting a warning, motherfucker. Some people are just too stupid and too fucking boring. And I don't even engage with some people because they are so fucked, they are just gone. Yeah, no, some people are just so fucked and so obnoxious. I don't engage with them at all. It's a fun thing on my YouTube channel, like normal comments on videos. People think that I'm going to waste time on them. It's like, because these individual commenters who've got fuck all going on in their lives think, no, you should engage me. Like, no, I really shouldn't, because that would take up too much of my life and you're boring, so I'm just going to block delete. Philosopher, that is a good question that I often ask myself. When you get multiple trolls, are they different people or is it the same person with multiple accounts? I honestly do not know, my friend. Seth, you heard sex workers help with mental health stuff. Look, through Twitter and other social media, I have come into contact with a range of sex workers. A lot of them seem to do really good work and are really super awesome people. You're right, Shadow Eyes. There does seem to be a disproportionate number of trolls tonight. And whether that's one person with multiple accounts or I'm just lucky enough to have attracted a bunch of trolls tonight, I honestly don't know. So, yeah. Oh, that is interesting. You're saying some of the sex workers visit nursing homes. Look, again, I come into contact with people through YouTube and Twitter who are sex workers, fucking awesome people. And this is what, Twitter particularly, I follow people that I don't know, that I don't even necessarily agree with, but who have really different lives to me that I might learn something from. And this has been some black activists in America, some Muslim activists, sex worker activists, people who live lives so different to mine. They have an experience that I won't live, but if I listen to them, I might learn something. You're right, Stella. It's the sexy singlet. That's what's different about tonight. I didn't put a shirt on. I did the live stream just in my Bond's white singlet. And therefore the sexiness of the Bond's white singlet attracted some extra trolls. That's what happened. Heine, how you doing, buddy? Right on the tail end, my friend. Tail end, my friend. I'll be going in about 20 minutes. Emperor, I'm glad you're a sex positive feminist. Again, a lot of my friends are sex positive feminists. It's interesting. Like most of the people I follow who are sex workers self-identify as feminists, but a couple don't and are in fact very angry at feminists. And when they tell their story, I understand why, because they say people who identify as feminists have shit all over them. And I completely understand why they refuse to identify as feminist because people who identify as feminist shit all over them. Fat man, you got to go. Bye, buddy. It's the same as like when I say like I refuse to go around saying I'm an atheist, I'm a rationalist, because the people on the internet who go around defining themselves as atheist and rationalist and pushing that all the time, they're dominated by fuckwits. So I don't spend a lot of time pushing I'm an atheist, and I understand why some of these people who everything to them, to me, everything about them is feminist, but they say no, I'm not a feminist. I hate fucking hate. I see why they're saying that. 5:44 a.m. where you are, Dead Viney. 2:44 where you are, Emperor. It's 9:44 p.m. where I am on Tuesday. So I guess it's 5:40 a.m. on Tuesday for you. I have pity wallabies. I love you poor insomniac bastards. I swear to God. People watching me between 2 and 6 a.m. Oh my God. Oh my God. That I'm so happy you people are able to be here. I completely I'm glad I'm providing some distraction if you're unable to sleep. Jesus. Oh, pity Willoughby, you're not an insomniac, you're a night shift worker. Okay, cool. Oh, Heine, yo, dude, you've missed it, buddy. So many trolls tonight. Yep. No. I've drop kicked like 3 or 4 people tonight. And a couple of them I talked to for a while and vented at for a while. The last one, as soon as they pop their stupid fucking head up, I just no, fuck you. I think it's been 4. I think it's been 4 people I've blocked tonight. Emperor, you work nights? Okay. I'm not even working at the moment. I'm taking January off. I'm a contractor. Today I actually had a couple of job interviews today, although with agencies. So I'm a contractor, I go through agencies. So I had a couple of meetings today, and I think I got a couple more this week. I'll probably start working again in February. Drinks. Miss Foxification, I agree. So the exotic juices and stuff you get in supermarkets these days, great drink mixes, honestly. Oh, that one, watermelon, lychee, beetroot, and lime juice. That sounds like a really good combination. I like that. Yeah, Nathan. No, the 4 doesn't count the 2 accounts. So if counting he had 2 accounts, that makes 5 accounts I blocked. I'll show you one that I found that's often on special that I really like as a mix. This one, pineapple and coconut. Pineapple and coconut with tequila or rum. Whoa, I really like that actually. So, and also because a couple of my things that I've mixed here with chili infused rock candy. This with the chili infused spirit custard sugar makes such a nice drink. Like I make a tall drink, like a big glass with the either tequila infused with chili or rum infused with chili. This and lemonade and a lot of ice in a tall glass. God damn. Sorry, Stella. I did move my chair, which made a squeaky noise, which would have been bad for dogs. So I apologize, Stella. Seth, you like Jägermeister? I have not had a lot of Jägermeister, honestly. I've got I got this for New Year's Eve and didn't do it. It's a French cider, but has a cork, and I was gonna pop the cork at midnight and didn't actually do it. So I've still got this. I don't know what I'll do with it now. Emperor, not offensive, my friend, but you're asking arrangement stuff is strange. The kitchen also in the living room. No, the living room's over there. Mrs. Angry's watching some TV. Her son's playing some computer games. So kitchen, it's fridge. All my spirits are here. So yeah, I ended up not going out on New Year's Eve. I thought I was going out to a friend's place, and I made a bunch of drinks to take. and I didn't go out, and so I have this absurd amount of drinks. I made all these. I've got all these vodkas here that are mixed with Jelly Bellies. This is cranberry vodka. I had some dried cranberries, and soaked dried cranberries in vodka for about a week, and it went this color. So this is nice, some cranberry vodka. Then I need to get some new absinthe soon. I've got a tiny bit of absinthe left. This is my red absinthe. I've decided this is my favorite of the absinthe. This particular maker, Jacques Sarraud, a French absinthe maker, they have a green one that's 70% alcohol. This one, the red one, is 75% alcohol. And there's a blue one that's 80% alcohol, and a black one that's 85% alcohol. But this one I like best for the color it goes in drinks. That's what's true. I used to get the black one because it was the highest alcohol, but this one I like the color it goes. The black one tends to make everything look like dirty water. This one I like the color it goes. Oh yeah, you can drink it. Yeah, not much. Like seriously. So like a single shot of the 85% is like a triple shot of vodka, basically. So you be very cautious. I'm not into sort of dangerous amounts of binge drinking. Emperor, good on you being a straight edge, my friend. I am 100% on board with that. Some people who drink alcohol or do drugs will mock straight edges. Fuck that, man. I am 100% on your side. Absolutely supportive of you being a straight edge. Don't put up with shit from anyone. Anyone who tries, I'm sure you're on top of this. I'm sure you're on top of this, but I just want to tell you I am on your side. If anyone ever gives you shit about being straight edge, fuck those people, man. If you make, there's been lots of times in the past where I didn't drink alcohol at all, and it made other people uncomfortable, and they get really defensive. Fuck those people, man. Stick with your principles. I'm 100% on your side. I'm just saying that. Sharon, you see me post my skull drinks on alcohol. I do that. Wow, what's that one? This Foxification. Bailey's Frangelico iced coffee chocolate. It's really nice. Throw that in the blender. I like that. Oh man, I've got so much stuff. I love because I think I had some. Oh, see, these are some of the lollies I had. There's this place. If you're in Melbourne, there's this place just off Chapel Street in Bran called the Red Balloon Candy Artisans. They make great flavor rock candy, and it's completely dissolved in alcohol. I had one of these earlier. This is a peppermint candy. I have some peppermint vodka up there that has this stuff dissolved in it. It's peppermint vodka with some white chocolate liqueur and lemonade. It's like a dessert. Like, it's so fucking good. And this is the red chili one. This is sweet and sour salty chili. It actually has chili oil in it. It's really good. And I make all my flavored spirits with that stuff. Dead Viney, I don't have any fidget spinners. Never got into fidget spinners. Stella, you're a designated driver. Man, if any, and in the past, there's been lots of cases where I've been a designated driver. Man, I hate people who pick on someone who decides not to drink. Whether it's permanent or just for the night. Like if you're going to be the designated driver for the night, or if you're straight edge and don't drink or do drugs. I hate people who pick on people who choose not to drink or not to do drugs, whether it's for a night or permanently. Like, fuck that noise, okay? If someone's making that choice, leave them the fuck alone. Now, if someone mentioned there, be a straight edge, but don't be holier than that. Yes, if someone who is an abstainer preaches about it, that will get on my tits as well. But and I know this from the times when I wasn't drinking alcohol, it is far more common for people who drink alcohol and do drugs to hassle people who don't drink alcohol and do drugs than it is for the teetotalers or the straight edges to hassle drinkers. So, so yeah, I don't like people who do that. Ooh, nice, Stella. And the NT, you actually get free non-alcoholic drinks all night if you're sober, Bob. That's what, I've heard that idea put around a couple of times, and it is a good one. It's like encouraging you to be the sober person by your non-alcoholic drinks being free when you're out with your friends. That is a super positive thing. Oh, I saw another conversation about the cider happening. Okay, Australian ciders are super good. If you have the chance to get an Australian cider called Flying Brick, that is very good. Depends on your tastes. Their main ones they do are sweet, draft, and dry. So if you like dry, the dry is good. If you like sweet, the sweet's good. I personally prefer the draft. It's in the middle. I don't really like dry ciders. I prefer the sweet to the dry, but the dry is okay. But the draft is the one I really like. Flying Brick Draft. This one, I think I've got the other one. This is my all-time favourite. It's in the fridge. No. Where is it? Is it over there? Oh no, it is in the fridge. Wait, look, it's here. This is kind of my favourite. This is made west of Sydney, a town called Orange. Look, free advertising for Small Acres cider. This particular one is not carbonated. It's a still cider. This is my favourite. But they do sweet, dry, and bubbly and whatnot. But that's probably my favourite. Flying Prick, Stella. You could make a cider called Flying Prick. The logo on the Flying Brick cider is a black cockatoo. The logo on Flying Prick could be a dick with wings. That's okay. And Blazer, yes, I am in Melbourne. I didn't go to Orange to get this. I got it from a bottle shop. I do sometimes go out to the place. The place that makes Flying Brick is out past Geelong on the Bellarine Peninsula. I do sometimes go out there because they do nice food as well, and they have stuff on tap. I said Flying Brick. Well, let's just go with that. I like Flying Pricks. I like to drink Flying Pricks. Seth, oh wow, weed actually helps with your anxiety. That's interesting because with a lot of people, weed actually brings on paranoia. Oh, I'm glad it helps. There are therapeutic properties to weed, definitely. Emperor, I've been to Edinburgh. I stayed in Edinburgh for 2 nights because my family lineage goes back to Scotland, so I wanted to go back there. I want to go all the way up to the Orkneys. That's where my family name comes from. But I did a road trip when I was in the UK with a YouTube friend, and I went up to Edinburgh just so I could say I'd been there, and I spent 2 nights in Edinburgh. Edinburgh is a beautiful city. Ooh, Pity Wallaby, ice cider is made from apples that froze on the tree. That sounds very interesting. Cliff Jumper, you are right that paranoia and anxiety are not the same thing. And I was foolish to equate the two. You are absolutely right on that. Stella, ooh, a porno. I like Frying Pricks. That honestly, that sounds like a Japanese porno. That sounds like an anime. Bunch of dicks with wings attacking an absurdly largely breasted anime character. Oh, Ms. Foxification. Flying Prick is what we should call Air Force One when Trump is on. I really like that. That is a good idea. We call Air Force One Flying Prick while Trump is on it. Emperor, you used to live in Dundee. No, I didn't get to see much. Like, I did walk around Edinburgh a bit. Went to Edinburgh Castle. I really like the city. It's great. I would definitely like to see more of Scotland. I'd like to see Ireland. So okay, it helps with your depression, and that's the same thing. Some people, weed will have a negative effect on depression. Will make depression worse. So just you got to find what works for you. Got to find what works for you. Same with prescription medication for things like depression and anxiety. If the doctor happens to get the prescription wrong, it can actually make the situation worse. But if the doctor gets the prescription right, it can help an enormous amount. I love that we all share on here, by the way. Everyone's quite open about talking about they have PTSD or anxiety or depression and whatnot, what works for them and whatnot. Sharing and not being alone is really quite important. And look, if our little forum here helps people share and feel not alone, I'm super happy about that. If you're aware about the FBI have nicknames, it's the secret service tends to have code names for the president and his staff and whatnot. Yeah, I like that idea, Bureau, that someone on Secret Service talking to the little microphone going, "Orange Dick Waffle is on flying prick. Orange Dick Waffle is on flying prick. In position, cock blocker." That is good, Bureau. I like that. I like that a lot. And Blazer, I think we are looking at weed eventually becoming legal in more and more jurisdictions. Central PA, BMX, MX riders, you have PTSD from combat. Cannabinoid helps with symptoms. Good. I'm glad that works for you, my friend. Oh, and as I said, I had this discussion earlier. I'm going to throw this out to you. Central PA, Central Pennsylvania. Is that what that means? If you are able to find a counselor, psychologist, psychiatrist who in their practice uses a technique called EMDR to deal with PTSD, it is remarkably effective. So I'm endorsing it. Like, get out there. If you can find a practitioner, like a proper medical practitioner, there'll be a psychologist or a psychiatrist or a counselor who does EMDR. It is an amazingly effective technique. Be part of your arsenal in dealing with PTSD, but it is absolutely astonishing how effective it is. So if I can do one thing tonight, if you're able to find a practitioner who does EMDR, if you look it up online, you will find some absolutely flaky people who push it, but it has proper medical grounding. So EMDR and EFT, they're two different techniques that do different things, but they're incredibly effective. And yes, you do get absolute fucking flakes in those areas, but get a proper medical practitioner, someone who's a qualified psychologist or psychiatrist, counselor, who uses EMDR and or EFT as part of the arsenal of things to help deal with PTSD, can be super effective. So yes, Nathan, this is what I've done a bunch of videos. Eventually, I don't know where I'll put them on my main video channel or create a new one. I've been putting together a whole bunch of videos talking about EFT specifically, and it's very good. Cliff Jumper, I'm just about to leave, so I will tell you. AZ, it's fairly well. AZ is working on our next big thing, how you can be a great artist, basically. So look out for that. AZ is developing some really good stuff about how you can do some really great things. Central PA, you were in the Middle East. I only hope good things for you, my friend. Bad shit will have happened to you. You will have seen bad shit. I hope you get proper care. Is one of the things that most upsets me in this world at the moment is politicians who have no qualms about sending armed forces into harm's way, do not take proper care of service people when they return. That shit makes me really fucking angry. When service people are used as a political tool, are not properly cared for when they return. That shit makes me really fucking angry. So I do hope you're being looked after, my friend. I completely understand if you're dealing with PTSD now. I'm 100% serious. Try and find a practitioner who does EMDR and or EFT. It is mind-blowing how effective those techniques are with dealing with PTSD. Look, it's now gone past 10 p.m. Been doing this for 2 hours. I think I might go to bed. I have enjoyed company you people have provided so very much. Thank you very much for joining me. And I hope you all have a very good time. I think we got rid of all the trolls. There was a weird number of them tonight. It was a very weird number of them tonight. But yeah, we got rid of them. And look, I hope all of you have a really good time. I'm glad you enjoy being here. I really genuinely enjoy your company in these. It's one I do. I think sometimes I do them on Thursday night, but I have a thing. I have a thing on Thursday night, so I probably won't do a live stream on Thursday night. Might try and do a live stream on the weekend. And I'll try and do a couple of pre-recorded videos. I'll try and do a Wank If That Wednesday. Hey, follow me on the socials and stuff. Send me ideas. So look, generally, if there's a thing you want me to make a video about, send me messages. I can't always do it because I kind of have to feel inspired to do things, but I'll try and do a Wank Fat Wednesday and a TFU Friday. I'll try and do a live stream on the weekend, maybe with ADSy, if I can get ADSy around to do a live stream. So that Cliff Jump, what are you saying? If I tried inviting people to the Hangouts, talking with people, I'm not sure what you're saying. Oh, Sharon, this is your first live stream. Oh, well, I'm really glad you enjoyed it. And I do look forward to seeing you. The common times I do them are Tuesday and Thursday night, but I probably won't be around on Thursday night because I've got a thing on. I'll try and do it on the weekend. Sometimes it's like Tuesday, Thursday, maybe weekend. I don't think I'll do Thursday night because I've got a thing on. Maybe on the weekend. When I do it on the weekend, I try and do it at a different time so it helps people in different time streams. And I'll try and get ADSy in on the weekend because we've been doing lots of stuff. Oh, Cliff Jumper, they're saying have people in the room with you. Yes, I have had one person on the stream with me in the past. I'm trying to remember. But look, thank you all for your time. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. I really appreciate you spending time with me. Hey, look, if you're watching this back later on YouTube, good on you, because you're not even seeing the chat, and somehow, hopefully, this made sense to you. Join in on us. So, yeah, you're right, Stella. A lot of virgins tonight. Sexy times. I will be back with pre-recorded videos and other live streams as time goes by. I hope you're back too, because I really enjoy your company, and I will see you all later. And I will say bye now. And theoretically, I should